What's up, everybody? JVille Sports here with my daily sports picks video. It is Friday, August the 10th. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Happy Friday to you all. Last Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of last week, we absolutely killed it. We had an amazing weekend. We're looking to duplicate that success. I believe we were 15-3 over the Friday through Sunday, something like that, something crazy like that. So let's do it again. So let's get right into it. Let's recap yesterday's free plays of the day like we always do. Let's throw it up on the screen here. And here they are. How in the world did we not go 2-0 with these two picks? I still don't understand what happened. We had our first football pick of the year. It's only preseason, but still, football's football. We had the Baltimore Ravens -3. We'll start with them. They came through with flying colors. That game was not even close at all, as predicted. The Ravens already had a game under their belt. And historically, Harbaugh, he likes to have success in the preseason. Not a lot of coaches do, but he wants to win every game no matter what. So the Ravens were an easy -3 pick, so they came through. Now let's talk about the Brewers. The Brewers were up 4-2 going into the ninth inning. All they needed was 3 more outs to win this game against the lowly Padres. And they blew it. I don't even know what happened. They brought in their reliever to close the game. To close the game, this guy comes in, gives up 1 walk. Second batter comes up, he gives up another walk. If I was a manager, I would have yanked him at that point. You're in the middle of a pennant race. You cannot give any games away. If a guy comes in and cannot find the strike zone, you got to get him out. Does Counsell take him out? No, he leaves him in there. What happens with the next batter? He walks him. Does he take him out then? No. He lets him pitch to a 4th guy who gives up a single that only brings in 1 run, but still bases loaded, no outs. They finally take him out, and then the next guy that comes in gives up a grand slam. At that point, game is over, and they think another solo shot after that. So back-to-back home runs, and yeah, Brewers lost a tough one. They cannot afford to lose these type of games, and they did. So that's definitely going to hurt them as they're trying to keep pace with the Cubs. So that is how we lost our free play. Should not have lost that one, but you can't account for a pitcher coming in and not being able to find the strike zone. But anyways, let's move on. So we went 1-1 with the free plays. But yeah, we're definitely going to turn this around and start going on the streak here. As far as the Patreon picks go, I had 3 additional plays on the MLB side, and we went 2-1, so another winning day with the Patreon picks. We had the under in the Indians and Twins game. That one was trending under, and then all of a sudden Kluber got hit a little bit, and it ended up being 4-4 at one point. The Indians, I think, ended up winning the game, but at that point it went over, so the 5-4 over the total. But then we had the Yankees and Rangers over 9.5. That game finished at 10. So squeaked over the total, but that one came through. And then we also had the Tampa Bay Rays. Not a team I normally mess with. I usually try to stick with the good teams, but sometimes you just got to pick other teams when you see a good matchup. And usually against the Orioles, it's always a good matchup. So the Tampa Bay Rays, actually they fell behind in that game. They had to come back. I think they came back in the 7th inning. And then they held on to win 5-4, so they covered the money line there, which is what we predicted. So 2-1 with the Patreon exclusive picks, so not too bad there. So again, last weekend we had a huge weekend, so let's go ahead and do it again today. Let's move on to today's free play of the day, and to turn our baseball free plays around, I'm going to go with the home team. We're going to take the Arizona Diamondbacks. They are starting a pretty long road trip. It's a road trip against all bad teams, but they're definitely going to want to get off to a good start. And they have first up the Cincinnati Reds. This team is bad. They just lost 2 out of 3 to the Mets. The Mets are no good, although they have really good pitching. But still, before that, they got whooped up by the Tigers, who's not very good either. So the Reds are not playing very well right now. Their offense is struggling a little bit. Their pitching is terrible. The Diamondbacks they're on the road, but they're going there at the right time. I see them sweeping the Reds, at least winning 2 out of 3. Starting with this first one, they have Clay Buchholz on the mound. He has been great this season. Doesn't matter if he's home or away. I think he's actually been better away, but he has just been amazing. The Arizona Diamondbacks definitely did not expect him to be pitching this well. He's pitching like he's still in Boston when he was a former All-Star and the ace of that team. So Buchholz on the mound. You got Desclafani for the Reds. He's no good. So I love the Diamondbacks in this spot. They're coming off a nice series win against the Phillies at home. Won 2 out of 3 in that series. So like I said, they had a nice day off yesterday to travel. So they're coming into this game fresh. All their bats are ready to go. I think they're going to hammer the Reds. So today's free play of the day is going to be the Arizona Diamondbacks over the Cincinnati Reds on the money line. It's only -1. I think the juice is 120 right now, so still pretty good. And then I'm going to throw in another NFL bonus pick. We hit our pick yesterday. Let's go ahead and do it again today. We have the New York Jets on. Are they on? New York Jets are at home. These preseason games, it really doesn't matter where they're playing. But they are against the Atlanta Falcons. They are at home, and the Falcons, they don't show up in preseason. I don't think they won a game last year. I think they were 0-4. Probably a similar result this time around as well. Dan Quinn, their coach, he let them know he does not care about these wins or these games at all. The Jets have a lot of quarterbacks on their roster. Definitely some quarterback competition on who they actually want to keep. I think they got to keep Josh McCown and Sam Darnold, who they just drafted. But then they have Teddy Bridgewater also on the roster, and they're going to want to showcase him, maybe use him as trade bait if someone else's quarterback goes down for injury. So if Bridgewater gets a lot of playing time, he's a great quarterback as a second or third stringer in preseason. That's why I think this line opened up as the Falcons favored by 1, and now the Jets are favored by 3.5. So all the money's going in on the Jets, and rightfully so. The Falcons don't care about this game, and the Jets have quarterback competitions going on, so they're going to want to win this game. Plus, they were a bad team last year, so they're going to want to show their fans, that they have something going into the season. So I love the Jets here. 3.5 is a little high for a preseason game. Not something you normally would want to mess with. 3 is kind of the highest you'd want to go, like we had with the Ravens yesterday, -3. But we're still going to take 3.5. The Jets, like I said, the whole game, they should be playing hard. So those are today's free plays of the day. The Arizona Diamondbacks over the Reds in the MLB, and then the New York Jets at home over the Atlanta Falcons. Hopefully today we make it that 2-0 like we should have had yesterday. I'll definitely have some more picks on the Patreon side as we continue to hit our picks on that page. Pretty much having a winning day every day. We had a losing day the other day, but we bounced back yesterday with the 2-1 day with the Patreon picks. So like I said, we're looking to have a really huge weekend. So if you want to check out those picks, this is how you get there. Patreon.com/JVille Sports. I post all my picks there every single morning. You get a nice notification by email letting you know the picks are posted, and we go from there. So if you want to see the rest of my picks as we head into this NFL and college football season, I can't wait. That's where you'll find them. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for joining me today and each and every day like you guys always do. I appreciate all the positive comments. You guys are awesome. Let me know what games you guys are looking at today. Like I said, as we head into the weekend, and we will go from there. So thank you guys again for joining me. Good luck with your picks, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.